It is February 28th, 5:52 p.m. and I wanted to do a market update on what's happening on the TSX as well as the Dow and the stock market. Yesterday the stock market was shut down and it was literally a bloodbath, right? And I was watching some of the other videos out there and I got to say, most of the things are down and even gold today, and that's what we're going to be discussing today in this video. Gold, why gold is down, why I think gold is down. I think this is a great video to discuss it because at the time, right, well, this time, initially, if you follow some of the other gold bugs, you think like gold is skyrocketing in when the stock market is going down, right? But no, that's not what's happening. And I really want to bring up and bring to attention to everybody, like on Jim Rogers, right? This is what he said, like, I've been studying these guys for many years, like over 10 years, and this is what Jim Rogers has always said, that when there is a downturn, when there is a problem, people are not going to buy gold. What they're going to do is they're going to sell gold. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, he still believes gold will go up after the selling, but the best time to buy it is when it's down. Could it be today? I don't know. I mean, maybe, possibly, but the thing is, uh, yeah, I mean, the biggest argument between Jim Rogers and one of the other gold bugs like Peter Schiff is that which one will go up and which one will go down. And, Jim Rogers has always said that the USD will go up because people will flight to safety and they will sell gold. And Peter Schiff has said the opposite, right? The dollar is going to go down and gold is going to go up, even though pretty much they both believe that will happen at the same time. But the thing is, and the problem is, which one will happen first? Because the end scenario is the same, right? But which one will die first? And right now it's really showing you that people in the stock market, and this week has been down thousands of points, and I mean literally thousands. The first day was like 1,000, and then you got like another 1,000. It's crazy. And today actually went down to like 900, and luckily it popped back up to like 400 now. So I don't know. I feel like we're done for this week, right? Or now, anyways, until next week. I think there will be a bounce because people are gonna get like, let's just get back in there and make some money, and then maybe a few months later when there's more news, it might even be a few weeks later. I don't know, or a week later, or it might not be, and then we'll start heading down again. So, anyways. Why gold is going down is like Jim Rogers has said, right? If you follow his video, and I'm not sure how many of you do follow his video, because he has a very small following. He's kind of, he's like the father or grandfather I never had, and his following is not that much because he doesn't make videos like some of the other people's, right? So I will tell you what Jim Rogers has said in his other videos, and this goes way back. 4 years ago or even more, right? So what happened is Jim Rogers has always disagreed with Peter Schiff, right? Saying that gold is going to go down because people will flight to US dollar for safety. And even though he doesn't believe the US dollar is safe, but everybody else believes it, so he must go there. And, I think that's always been in the back of my mind and is playing out right now. Even though I didn't check on the US dollar, but I know the Canadian dollar fell. And since, gold fell today. So, that kind of really tells me that Jim Rogers is telling me something that is, pretty much worth thinking about now because I never thought about it. Everybody has always talked about the end game. Obviously, the end game is when the feds, as well as every bank in the world, and they're actually calling for that now to cut interest rate, and not just that, probably possibly do QE too. And I think the Bank of Canada is going to cut interest rate the next meeting. I think the next meeting is March 4th, so we'll see in a few days. But I think there's a good reason to cut it because you see the TSX went down. But yeah, I mean, all the gold stocks was down today. It got like down really badly. I actually bought in on some, which I don't feel that bad about because there are some stocks that I missed out on. It went up way too much, and I didn't want to put in the money. I was like, forget it, let's skip to some of the other smaller stocks. And, I was able to get in some of the bigger stocks, but it didn't fall to a point where, 3 years ago or something, or 2 years ago, because I got in on Barrick, right, at about $10 to $15. I've always said that. And what happened there was that I sold it at the beginning of January or the end of December for around 24.50, and then went up to 28 bucks, and now it's down at 25.50 or around there. So it's not that bad, and all of the mining stocks bounced off their lows, right? I mean, disclaimer, I do have First Majestic. That is kind of like a major, just like Barrick for silver. And it was down $2, down to like $8, and I was like, I had to go in. So I sold some of my stocks, and I actually did want to sell it, but that deal, it was like a big deal for me, so I just had to sell it. But generally speaking, in these type of downturns, I was just like, maybe I'll add money, but I didn't have any more money to add into my account. So I was like, I gotta sell some of the stock. But it went back up $1, so that's kind of good. But yeah, I mean, all the stocks was down. Gold was down $50. It was actually down more than $50. It's just that at the close, it was down around $50. So there's that. Will it go down some more? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I think there will be a bounce next week, but eventually, right? Gold will go back up. I think when things like start getting worse or something, it will go back up. But just like Jim Rogers says, when there's a downturn, I remember back then, right, when gold was going down, as well as every other market in 2008, what happened was that everybody was talking about a recession. I'm not talking about, we think there's a recession. We think there's a recession is completely different from, we are in a recession right now. You got to save money, pay down debt, and whatever. I mean, I literally remember my professors, and I was in university back then, right? So in 2008, I didn't know what was going on, but now I do. So, they were saying that, right? And if you go downtown to the mall, right, everything was pretty much on sale, right? So I don't see that right now, and we're not there yet. But will we be there? Maybe. I mean, possibly, most likely. And a lot of people on the CNBC or even other news network have been saying, they've been shaving positions and buying some gold and mining stocks. And I'm thinking, hey, that's actually a pretty good idea because nobody really talks about it. And right now, it's down so much. It's down like near 2 years lows, right? And I think it's probably a good time. I mean, some of these smaller royalty stocks I bought into, you know, it, like one of them that I got was like at 40 cents at the beginning of January and then went up to $1 at the end of January. And then when the coronavirus started going off, it dropped down to like 70. And now today, I think it dropped down to 50, right? And then I bought in around 60 and then it's back at 70 already. So I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm really, I like that stock. So I am holding on to it for now. But in the end, I think it will go up by November when the U.S. election rolls around, right? So I think it will go up by then. But yeah, I mean, like I was saying, the video is mostly going to talk about gold and why it went down. And that's why I think it went down because Jim Rogers is pretty much, he's right. Like, when shit hits the fan, people will fly to U.S. dollar. And as I know, the Canadian dollar is down. So if the Canadian dollar is down, the U.S. dollar is probably up, right? So who knows? And gold is down today. Will it go down some more? I don't know. I mean, it was actually under, what was it? Yeah, it was under, it went down to like 15 something, right? Like it was down $15. So it was under 1600. So, it was down quite a bit. And it's just, I don't know. I mean, I'm just nibbling at the mining stocks right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But I just wanted to share with you, right, what I've learned and what I see that is happening, especially when, Jim Rogers, I guess he's a great guy. I got to say that, what he says, it looks like, it feels like what he says will happen. And if I actually followed his advice more, right, which was probably to put the money on the side instead of putting it into stocks. I could bought right now, all of them. And, it would have been much cheaper. But anyways, yeah, I mean, let me know what you think in the comments section below. But that's what I think. I mean, that's why I think gold is going down. And also I mentioned in my other videos because, China, the company is there, right? They need capital depending. Actually, it didn't even happen yet. Right now, I was just saying that, during 2008, everybody knew it was a recession. So this is like the beginning. I don't know. I might want to shave off some positions myself, especially if you're in Canada and you're in any energy stocks. I mean, on BNN, they used to like, push these energy stocks like crazy, but now energy stock is going down like mad. Especially with the coronavirus, I don't think it will go back up. I think, well, in the end, like, which is like might be 10 years from now, maybe it'll go back up. But, or 5 years, I don't know. I mean, but, in the short term, I don't think those energy stocks are going to rebound because the thing is, well, it might go up a bit, but it won't go back to its highs. The thing is, the coronavirus, the spread is just starting. And apparently, because of the spread, everybody's using oil less because they don't want to go out, right? So you're not driving, you're not traveling, you're not going on cars and stuff like that. So there's less use of oil. So there's that. But anyways, I just wanted to mention that in there because I was just thinking about it. But I'm shaving off positions and I'm trying to put in on some of the higher quality, well-known miners right now. So that's what's happening.